Nico, you guys have been playing pretty good baseball for the last few weeks. And for a minute, you guys had the best record in the National League. And then poof, you look up today and here are the Milwaukee Brewers in first place. I know that you guys aren't really scoreboard watching, and it's probably too early even for fans to be doing that. But I'd love to know what your mindset is like when you're like, you guys have been in control for the most part of this division, and now all of a sudden, here these guys are on an incredible win streak.
Yeah, I mean it's really. I mean, I think the best way to see it is just as an awesome opportunity, and that um, credit to them for playing well and putting themselves in a strong spot. But we've got however many games left, and plenty of games against each other to just see who the better team is, and that's why it takes 162. And I don't think there's any regrets on our end of how we've played so far, of how we've handled things. There's things we can do better, and I think the feeling is that it's in our control as far as our destiny in the division, given that we play them a lot and there's a lot of baseball left. So um, it's that's why it's a special thing to go to the playoffs to win a division, and we haven't done it in a while, so it's definitely something to be earned.
There have been times where we might look at the Brewers and say, oh man, they play cleaner, faster, better, even though the other team has more power. I don't know that that's true this year. Like, I feel like you guys play clean and athletic and fast and smart. Like, do you feel like you play as well as they do, or as other teams like the Diamondbacks or other good teams out there? I feel like you guys measure up this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we've talked about it a lot, but the ability to win a variety of styles of games, I really think that's huge. Not just relying on slug or strikeouts or whatever it may be. And I can speak more on our position player group, but just a really well-rounded group that I think the skill sets complement each other really well. And yeah, you mentioned the Diamondbacks and the Brewers, and really athletic teams that have had success in getting to the playoffs, and also once they're there. So yeah, I think that's a huge deal, and it definitely has a different feeling about the group this year.
Nico, what's it like in the clubhouse this time of year? Because you guys have been through trade stuff before. There are a lot of names last year about guys who might be moved. So what's it like for veteran players? Because you know that your team might add something. How do you guys react to even the talk of your team making a move?
Yeah, I mean it's no secret, right? Like, I mean, I'm not up on every headline or things like that because those things really rarely dictate much. But uh, that's I think we've earned a position to look into improving our roster to be the best version of ourselves to get to October and have success there. As far as internal discussions, like, yeah, there's always talks within players. Just I think we're always kind of evaluating our team and what we can do better individually or ways we can improve. But ultimately, it's up to the front office. I think one thing that people don't realize, I think sometimes, is that like talk of trade or adding players is also replacing players that are
Mm-hmm.
here. So, um, the trade deadline may be in 10 days or whatever, but the reality is we have a lot of games between now and then with the group of people that we have here right now, which is kind of all that matters because it's what you can control. And uh, you got guys that are battling for playing time and uh, roles, and people that have been here since the start of the year and worked incredibly hard. And so, as far as like openly discussing how to improve the roster, you're also kind of talking about replacing guys that you really care about too. So it can be a sensitive thing.
Yeah, you don't want to blurt out, hey, we need some help at position X. And some dude's
Right.
right there,
So I'm right
Yeah.
here, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And they might be on the verge of some of the best ball they've ever played. So you never know.
Well, is there any smile that you've seen that's bigger than those Matt Shaw home run smiles? Like over the
Man,
weekend.
that swing yesterday was something special. That ball scared me because it was trying to go foul. Um, but yeah, like he's just handled everything so well this year, and like the confidence internally from just our guys and everything, and like the kind of career he's going to have. And I think a lot of that confidence comes from just like the personality that he's put forth and the way that he's handled challenges this year. And just really impressed by him. And he's had some really great swings lately. And the defense he's played has just been ridiculous for a guy that hasn't played much third base. That's a really hard position, and it's been fun to watch.
Nico, obviously at Wrigley, every weekend kind of feels big. Like it's an emotional amplifier of a ballpark.
Yep.
This weekend felt different to me. I was there on Friday. So was Spiegs, and so was our EP Alex. And does it feel different to you? There's 120,000 people over the 3 games that showed up to watch you guys versus the Red Sox. Can you guys even feel that, or is that us imagining stuff?
No, that's very real. I felt it most on Saturday. I think they had the leadoff double against Shota, and runner on third, less than 2 outs, and it felt like a 7th, 8th inning kind of situation in the top of the first, which I was just kind of in the field like, whoa, this is different. This is exciting, and he struck a guy out and got out of the scoreless, and just the beautiful summer night game. Red Sox in town. They're coming off of winning a bunch of games in a row. They've got a great team, great energy coming off the break. Just like it was very much a real feeling. I had, it was really special. So that was the game that Bush and Tuck hit homers to start the game. Yeah, the whole thing was just like kind of cinema. So it was incredible. Yeah,
that's really cool that you felt that, because it was obvious all weekend around that place, man. It's like two heritage franchises having a love affair with their fans again. Yeah, no,
that's how it's supposed to be, and it's I think it's something that should be earned from teams. Like, I don't think it should be assumed that Wrigley is always like that. I think it, I appreciate that we have fans that show up no matter what, but it should be based on a team that wins, a team that does it in exciting fashion, that has personalities the fans like. And I think that you can't do that overnight, but I think the fans appreciate that there is some really cool stuff going on this year.
So we've been doing some metrics, Nico.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we haven't. We have to give credit. Chris Tannehill has created pizzagraphs.com.
Yeah. And he's got sound, too. He listens to the broadcast, and he pulls stuff like when Boog and JD talk about your pizza.
By the way, Nico Hoerner, I think it's Rinaldi's. He's got his own pizza. It has pineapple on it. Just a note. In the air, left field, playable for Castro.
It's a Cali thing.
A Cali thing. That seems like a dismissive tone from Jim Deshaies about the pineapple. Your thoughts, Nico?
Yeah, JD seems like a tavern-style cheese. Give me a beer on the side and hang out. I don't know.
That's right. I'll eat
that's all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Boog's a New York guy, so I'm sure he's got his deeply rooted pizza bagels opinions, which are usually correct. They do it really well.
But you know me, man. I'm team pineapple. I'm with you 100%. Yeah. And here's the thing.
I'm not going to judge you if you aren't. It's just I like it. So there you go.
The public is team pineapple. This is fun with numbers. Pizzas sold since the 20th of June.
I mean, honestly, that's like kind of just fun with numbers.
That's right, Craig. We're having fun with numbers for Nico. Danny Parkins has sold 245 pizzas since June 20th. Nico Hoerner, 659 pizzas. You are 414 pizzas ahead of Danny since the 20th of June. Your thoughts?
Yeah, maybe a little, early excitement, recency bias. I want to know the return customers. That's what I'm really caring about. You've had it once. Do you order it again? I'd love stats on that if that's possible. That's getting pretty deep analytics for pizza, but
that's why we started pizzagraphs.com for stuff just like that.
Good,
yeah,
it feels really good.
Once the league sees you once you get around the league one time, and then the adjustments come, that's when you really gotta step up.
Exactly.
It's
it's a production league, so we're good.
That's the third time around the order that pizza. So the third time that it's ordered, that's when we'll really know that we're on to something with Nico.
Hey man, we got to ask you. Ryne Sandberg's jersey all over Wrigley this weekend. I'm sure you've heard about his health update that he offered. You see Kerry Wood there, and you see John Lester wearing his jersey, and it's. I mean, what has it meant to you so far as a Cub to have Rhino in your life and in your baseball life, and get to really think about him as a player and get to know him as a dude?
Yeah, I think what's so cool about the time that he spends around here is that it's never about him, even though it totally could be and would deservedly be so. It's like he's genuinely just like interested in seeing how we're training, what we're thinking about, like what things are still similar, what's changed. Just being on the field, being in the sunshine, like just like the classic baseball stuff. You can tell he just misses being a ball player out there. And I think my favorite moment with him that I've had was I just mentioned in passing one time that, I'd love to see his glove, one of his gloves, and he showed up at spring training like months later, and he had two of his gloves. It was the '84 season and '89. He had like a little Sharpie on it, '84 and '89, and they were worn out in like the same exact way in the palm, and had the gold label on the wrist, and just cool that he had kept them and kept them in great shape and wanted to share and had remembered and took the initiative to share that with me. So yeah, he's an absolute baseball legend, and thinking of him a lot.
Cool.
Beautiful as always. Nico, thank you so much. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, man. What should we wear to the wedding, by the way? When is it, and what should we wear?
Wear white.
Okay. All right, good. Just wanted to check. Thank you.
You think you're getting the invite?
He said wear white. I caught that.